Well, hello again, guys, and thank you so much for coming back here to Pee-wee's Playhouse. Or whatever this is. I don't know what it is anymore. Well, you cotton-picking thing. Getting better with every time, that's for sure. Maybe once more and we'll have it. Gotta get close. I am almost happy with it. I'm going to do it once more. But I've got to get it to stop being the first thing that gets sanded off here. How about just a quick little update here? Yeah, I'm ruining my nice primer job, aren't I? Well, it's necessary. I've been wet sanding with 400 the whole cab over. Also blocking out quite a bit with 220 or something like that. I inevitably find spots that I don't quite like, and I start to get really picky. You know, this 3-4 inch strip here, I say I'm getting picky because I'm taking out defects from the factory, if you want to consider them that. When you would have walked by and the sun would have shone, you know, you would have seen a reflection, this would have looked a little wavy, you know, and that's just the nature of what it is. You know, there's so much forming work going on when this was punched out, and that was good enough. And, you know, a guy would kind of like, now that I'm repainting it and my name is stamped on it, you would like to walk by and see the reflection. It's just a nice straight panel back here. So I'm taking my time on that, and I'm down to the point where I've just got little nitpicking edges and things that I need to fill, you know, a whole lot less. You fill, you sand, you see where you have gaps that didn't bridge with filler, because you thought what you did was enough, and then you see that it's connected to the other spot, and so you got to connect those two spots, and eventually you'll get it. So I've got just a little bit more to do. I'm calling that cab corner good enough. A little bit here. I think my spot on the inside that I didn't like too much, that feels really nice, so I'm going to refill these little spots. We will reprime and re-wet sand with 400. And don't get discouraged, guys, if you're doing this, especially for the first time. It's going to happen. And this just shows you, just view it as showing you you know, you're on the road to making it great. And this is why it gets so expensive, you know. So anyway, back to work. Today it's back to Thursday again, trying to get a video going. So today I wanted to refinish getting everything wet sanded. Maybe start cleaning it up here in a minute. Tomorrow night, Friday, I will come in, push the truck back, vacuum the floor again, knock all the dust out, get the ventilation going, you know, get all the dust out, get everything cleaned off, and then Saturday morning, hopefully we can put some bronze paint on this. We're having another little heat wave here, a few days of 100+ degrees, so I've got to get it ready for Saturday morning. Any of you grow up in areas where a weed grows? I don't know what it's called. We always called it Velcro weed. Kind of a spindly, skinny stalk, and there just must have been some hooks or something. I mean, it didn't hurt to touch or anything, but we used to pick it and stick it on each other's clothes. Kind of like a kick me sign without them knowing, you know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking. Oh, because this. Wiping this truck down with a microfiber cloth and glass cleaner, you can really tell if you hit an area with kind of dry to overspray paint, because she likes to stick to it and not move too well. So that's just kind of a nice feature. Anyway, I'm on schedule here. It is Thursday. No. Yesterday was Thursday. It is Friday afternoon, 4 o'clock. So, pulled the truck out of the painting area. I've been vacuuming the floor. Now I'm wiping this down, just making sure I have nothing that I need to retouch here. And then tomorrow morning, we will hopefully get some paint on here. Obviously, I will wipe it down again, run over it with a tack cloth, blow it off, make sure we have nothing, as little as possible. And then we'll paint it. So, you don't need to watch the rest of this. I'm just keeping you abreast of the situation. So the owner chose he liked this Canyon Dusk copper from Eastwood. So that's what we're going to be putting on there. You know, it's a very affordable paint. I would say it's right in line with what Summit offers. Never shot this particular stuff before, so this is going to be fun. This isn't going to be good. My pores are already irrigating, so... Oh boy. And see also that I went ahead and bought the activator and reducer from Eastwood as well, just a precaution. Ooh. Just a precaution against getting a bad reaction with mixing generic stuff. So, especially on the top coat, I think it's, you know, worth it. Well, one thing is very obvious. Pretty much any Summit product I have to reduce. It's usually very thick. This right out of the can is just the opposite. So now I'm really gonna have to switch my mind around to dealing with this. So wish me luck, I guess. almost looks black from here. You know, since a guy turned, I don't know, 35, maybe a little later, it doesn't take much to cause him to sweat. Disgusting as that may be to some of you, it's just an unfortunate part of aging, I guess. Man. Anyway, I say that because really my only problem in shooting this paint here from the sunlight, you can really get a good idea of what this is looking like. My biggest problem was sweat dripping out of the paint mask. I mean, so I've got a few little spots. I just can't help it, you know, like that right there. Now that's on top of another layer of paint, so we'll see what happens when it dries, and then we'll wet sand it, buff it out. If we cut through, then we'll touch it up and go from there. Just nothing I can do about that till I get air-conditioned shop, I suppose. But anyway, this is just a quick look what we're looking like. I must say, I really like shooting Eastwood's paint. At least this can of it. Summit's, it's, you know, it's still good paint, and I have more of it, and I'm going to shoot more of it. But it comes in the can very thick. Very thick. This stuff, you could have shot it straight out of the can. Well, I did. I just put activator in it. No reducer at all. Very user-friendly paint. So, for what it is, there you go. And it was actually cheaper, I believe, than... Well, no... I don't know. Don't say... cut that out. I won't say it was cheaper than Summit. But, anyway. Gonna let this cure most of the rest of the day, and then I will unmask everything and we'll take another look at it. Now I had this all enclosed and I left the ventilation fan going. I was going to do that for at least a couple hours. We're going to run to town, get some groceries, and I left my phone and my cup of water in here, so I ran back to get it, and that was going and then dead, and then so really glad I forgot that stuff and came back in. I would really hate for that to start on fire and send our project vehicle and my shed up in flames, you know. So I've got to figure out something with that. But that thing's probably 60, 70 years old, to be honest with you. But what do you think of the paint? Obviously quite a bit darker of a shade than original, but I really like it. The metallic, what they can do for metallics in single stage anymore is quite impressive. Of course, if you wanted to come in and clear coat this, a guy certainly could do it, just like I'm doing on the 86 GMC. But overall, it turned out really well. I certainly wish I had a professional paint booth again. The biggest downside here is it's so hard to see, especially this color, a dark color, looking through a mask full of sweat, you know. Really kind of hard to see, but I think we accomplished everything we needed to. Looking really good. So I think the order of events now is I may put a few things in, the gauges, the dash pad, the interior of the glove box, stuff like that. But I'll put this in storage. I will work on the hood, doors, fenders, and the cowling above the firewall. Get those to this point. Bring this back in, attach those, take it back out, bring the bed in, and then we are done. How much of that you want to see, please let me know. It's just more of the same as far as the bodywork goes, but at the very least, I will probably show you reassembly. If you want to see more than that, let a guy know. And obviously, this is not a $20,000 paint job. Whether you're working for yourself or you're doing this for someone else like I am, you have to always keep that at the top of your mind. What are you going for? How much time and money do you want to invest? This guy did not want to invest that much money, you know. So basically he wanted paint on it. I mean, he wants it nice, but he wanted it repainted, and it needed it. So that is exactly what we are giving him. To say I'm like blown away and ecstatic about how it turned out, no, there's always things that I see that I wish were a little better, you know. But once it's assembled, the average person that hasn't had their hands on it, they just see it. It should look good. It should look really good. So that's what we're going for here. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you all want to see in the future with this project. I really thank you for joining me this far. I'm just gonna go cool off I mean, it's hot, so gonna go get some tea and sit in the AC there. So thank you guys so much for joining me once again, and God bless you. See you next time.